the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Gacker's over there. I got a question for you, sir.
Go ahead, shoot.
You got tickets?
Tickets to what?
The Gun Show!
Gun Show. Ah, caught ya.
Casual Friday here at my place. How about you?
Evidently, you can't afford sleeves anymore.
Oh, I can afford sleeves, my friend.
You're just like, I'm not gonna, when I got these, why not just display them?
Give you a little tattoo show there.
Yeah.
Show off that. Look at that.
That's
yeah.
impressive.
That's what, hey, you know what? When your commute to work is down your basement steps.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Man. I'm impressed, really.
I didn't have to get in my 1991. What do you drive? A
Hey,
Grand
it's
Marquis?
2001. Let's
whatever.
not. You always got to do that. You always, first, yesterday it was about the little indentation between my eyes, and today
Actually, you know what? I'm not going to pick on you today. I do want to bring up something I watched last night on Netflix, which if you were like the rest of America, you'd have, but you've got YouTube Red, and they're glad they have one subscriber. But
more than one.
Have you heard of ASMR?
No, I have not.
You've not.
ASMR. Enlighten me. Educate me.
ASMR. All right. There's this whole world out there going on that we don't know anything about called ASMR. And if you just do a Google search on it, you're going to learn a little bit about it. And what this is this phenomenon sweeping the internet. There are people out there that have 500 million views on these videos, and it's all about whispering.
Whispering. What are they whispering?
Right up in front of the camera like this, and they whisper really quietly. And they talk to you really softly. And they get right next to the camera, and they use like brushes and things, and they'll talk softly and relax you. And they'll do that. So I think we should do our news like that. What do you think?
No. I don't want to do that. No.
I think
it's creeping me out right now.
Dave, I think you should try ASMR.
Okay, we just went from 8 to 7 views.
No.
I'm telling you. I know how this works.
It's our new trend.
No.
We're going to do the news in a soft, touchy-feely way. And we're going to teach people that they can relax and enjoy.
No. You can't talk that way. You got to bludgeon people over the head with a verbal sledgehammer.
Dave.
No. This is creepy. I don't like this at all. I'm very uncomfortable.
You need to try this.
This is what this is making me do. You get closer, I back away. Can't do it. See?
It's this whole big internet thing.
Okay, so that's what it's
they use super sensitive microphones, and they'll take like a makeup brush.
And it's just whispering.
Whispering.
Okay, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. That's
billions of views.
That might be the dumbest popular thing I've ever heard.
Billions of views. Billions.
Oh man.
Go on YouTube. ASMR.
You know what? I have zero. Seriously, after your explanation, I have less interest than before I knew anything about it.
You're going to go look, though.
No, I won't now. You just explained it to me, and it seems really super dumb. I mean, incredibly dumb. Yeah.
Dave.
I don't like whispering. I know. My hearing's not very good, so I hate whispering in general.
Dave.
And the way you're doing it right now is ungodly creepy.
Dave.
And no.
Why don't you start the news?
No, I can't do it when you're doing that, because people expect a level of professionalism and journalistic integrity, and I can't do that when you're being creepy.
Dave,
what?
Give me a hug.
No, I'm not gonna. No.
Give me a hug. Come on.
You back away. You go back to being normal, and I'll do the news.
I'm just trying to see you're tense.
I feel seriously. I feel like I'm dealing with my 8-year-old son Max. It's like, stop being weird. Stop being weird. Jeez.
I'll get to it.
Holy Lord. All right. CEO of American Media, which publishes the National Enquirer, was granted immunity in the investigation into Michael Cohen. President Trump's former lawyer, David Pecker, that's his name, told federal prosecutors that Trump did have knowledge of Cohen's payments to women who had alleged sexual encounters with the president. Cohen pleaded guilty on Tuesday to 8 federal counts, including campaign finance violations. That's the one they're going to get him on.
Right.
But once again, he'll probably be impeached if the Democrats take the House and the Senate. He'll be impeached. He just won't be removed from office.
No.
So which is the difference. I mean, people forget this. Bill Clinton got impeached. He just wasn't removed. So We'll see where that shakes out. Papa John's is mandating. Is mandatating a word?
Yeah.
Can I just make it a word?
That's a word. Yep.
All right.
Good
I bet you my mom wouldn't challenge it in Scrabble.
Probably
I think I
not.
can convince her that's a word. Mandatating. It's like mandating, but spelled wrong.
Right.
Anyway, Papa John's is mandating diversity training for its staff. Its founder, John Shatner, is pushing to maintain control of his pizza company. Executives say Papa John's was destabilized by Shatner's divisive behavior. Chief Executive Steve Ritchie said the pizza chain is getting, quote, expert advice on diversity and unconscious bias training. We went through this with Starbucks.
If they go for expert advice on a decent pizza?
Because Papa John's is solid. I don't mind. To me, okay, look. I look at this. I like Jets is number one when it comes to pizza chains.
We talked
Papa
about this
John's is probably second. I would put it's better than Pizza Hut. It's better than Little Caesars. Way better than Domino's. It's better than Hungry Howie's. Although Hungry Howie's I think is underrated. But yeah, when it comes to the chains, Papa John's is solid.
No.
And
the only thing good about a Papa John's pizza is that little peppercorny thing that they put in there.
That I don't like. That I just that goes straight in the trash.
That's because you're not a man.
I open the box.
The men eat those.
Throw that in the trash.
Men eat those. That's what the men do.
That's not what men do.
Yeah, that's what they do.
No, men wolf down two pieces.
Dave.
Stop. You know what?
Trust me, Dave. If you were a man's man, you'd eat that peppercorn. You would embrace the peppercorn.
You really got to stop that. Please. It's more than a little off-putting.
I know.
Okay? I'm just telling you. Anyway, the crazy thing about this is this all goes back to it wasn't anything that Shatner said directed at minorities. He was talking about the fact that the founder of KFC was a blatant racist and dropped the N-bomb all the time.
Well, dude, you can't.
He said that, and you got to look at the context of what he said. There's no evidence that John Shatner's a racist at all.
Go back to Ted Nugent and his stuff here way back in 2003 here. Word got out that Ted Nugent associated himself with the
Ted Nugent's not a racist.
But I'm just you remember 2003?
I remember the year 2003.
Ted Nugent was booked here to play Summer Celebration, and then word got around that he said the N-word on some radio show out in Colorado or something like that.
Does that make you a racist?
Well, no. What he was doing was he was. The context of the conversation was this: he was comparing himself to being such a great guitar player that I think it was the Funk Brothers down in Detroit.
Okay.
I think that was the group. They said, "Hey, you're so good at a guitar, you're just as good as the N-word as us." And Ted Nugent was saying, "Hey, they considered me one of them, so they called me one of them." Well, word gets around that Ted Nugent used the N-word, and that got him kicked out of Summer Celebration.
Which doesn't make any, which is dumb.
Well,
is that stupid? Is that a stupid reason or not?
It got me kicked out of Summer Celebration too, if you remember. Which in the long term is what got me sobered up. So that was a good thing, but dude, it's just not tolerated anymore.
But that's dumb. That is dumb. I understand how explosive that word is. That's why we say the N-word and we don't say the word. But he is repeating what somebody else said. He wasn't directing it toward anybody, because that's completely different. I mean, I'm not a believer in hate speech. I don't believe that's a thing. I really don't. Because I'm a free speech absolutist. But this whole thing is ridiculous. And then you get to the diversity and unconscious bias training. That's been proven not to work. So let's do that. I don't know what Papa John's is doing is stupid. It's just stupid and wrong on pretty much every level. I don't get it. You don't, and what it minimizes real racism that does actually exist. Those stories kind of go under the radar because they're not the clickbait that this is. And this isn't racism. That's what's completely wrong about this. Drives me insane. I mean, you shrug your shoulders, but
I'm not shrugging my shoulders. I'm giving you your opinion, and I'm just simply saying that when this stuff gets out, good or bad, I mean, no matter the context, that's it. I mean,
should that be the way? Okay, Fair
I don't
point.
know. I don't
That
think it
be
should be the
it
way.
is.
But how do you
Okay.
get something to stop? You got to stop it. Period. Everywhere. You know?
You think doing that will stop racism? It
No.
won't.
No,
It won't.
I don't think it
It's
will.
it's dumb. In fact, I think it exacerbates the problem.
Okay.
Which I don't think is as big as a lot of people want to make it out to be. It's still there, but not nearly on the level that it used to be. And when we keep doing stuff like this, pointing it at people who there's no evidence that they are, that's when you create an even bigger problem.
Okay.
So
Point taken.
we got to check that. Anyway, it's all about high school football in Muskegon last night. Muskegon Oak Ridge knocks off Remus. They hammer Remus 55-8.
Is Remus even got enough people in it to build a football team?
Yeah, evidently.
Remus ain't all that big.
I thought there was like 9 people. Could they play 9-man football? I didn't think they could. You didn't have the population in Remus. That's crazy. But good for them. They scored 8 points against Muskegon Oak Ridge.
Wow.
You say Ravenna. I say Ravenna goes down to Hopkins 42-30. It was Forest Hills Eastern 21, Fruitport 6, Spring Lake 42, Orchard View 19. And the Big Reds in action tonight. Lions take on the Buccaneers in preseason football. Cubs win. They beat Cincinnati 7-1. Tigers beat the Chi Sox in the battle of who cares. They're not going to the playoffs anyway because they're 20 to 30 games below 500. That's sports.
And I will say this of Remus, not far from Stanwood, and as a boy, spending some of my youth up north that way, Stanwood used to have the best buffalo roast ever.
I don't know that I've ever had buffalo.
It's good.
And I've enjoyed many a meat.
It's very good. Yes, I used to really enjoy stopping by the buffalo roast in Stanwood.
All right. So good to know.
I'm a well-traveled individual.
You're well-traveled?
Remus, Stanwood, Sand Lake. I know all
you name it, all the biggies.
Have a great weekend. Try to stay out of jail, will you?
All right.